Hello, dear dreamers. My name is Aurora, and tonight I invite you to settle in for a gentle sleep story beneath the whispering leaves of Totoro's forest. Before we begin, find a soft place to rest your head. Pull your blanket up close. Take a slow, deep breath in and let it out. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. You are safe here. This is your time to rest, to dream, to drift into a world where the forest is alive with wonder and every worry gently melts away. And before you fall asleep under Totoro's umbrella, don't forget to gently tap the like button. It keeps the Catbus running on time. And if you'd like more sleepy adventures with Totoro and friends, be sure to subscribe as well. I upload new stories every week just for you. Now, let's begin our journey. In a small countryside house on the edge of green fields and whispering woods, two sisters, Satsuki and Mei, are winding down after a long day. The sky outside their window is painted in soft evening colors, lavender and gold, fading into a deep blue that hints at the first stars of night. A gentle breeze carries the scent of earth and new leaves through the open window, rustling the curtains in a lazy dance. Satsuki sits by her small desk, chin resting on her hand. She's trying to read a book for school, but her mind drifts away from the pages. Her eyes are heavy, but her thoughts feel tangled, like threads of worry she can't quite smooth out. Mei, her little sister, watches her from the doorway. She hugs her favorite stuffed animal tight, her tiny feet making soft taps on the wooden floor as she walks over. "Sis," Mei whispers, "you look sad." Satsuki lifts her head and smiles, but it's the kind of smile you wear when you want to be brave for someone else. She reaches out and ruffles Mei's hair. "I'm okay," Satsuki says softly. "Just tired, that's all." Mei frowns, her round eyes shining with curiosity and something more. That wild spark of adventure that always dances behind her thoughts. She takes Satsuki's hand and tugs gently. "Come with me," Mei says. "I have an idea." Satsuki lets herself be pulled to her feet. She leaves her book behind, the pages fluttering shut like a sigh of relief. Outside, the night is calm. The sky overhead sprinkled with the first glimmers of stars, each one winking sleepily down at the girls. Mei leads the way across the yard, through the tall grass that brushes their ankles, tickling and whispering secrets only children can hear. They reach the edge of the forest, where the great trees stand like guardians, tall, ancient, and kind. Satsuki hesitates for a moment. The forest is dark, but not in a frightening way, more like an old blanket pulled close around your shoulders. It smells of moss and damp earth, the promise of hidden wonders beneath every leaf and root. Mei squeezes her hand tighter. "Come on, Satsuki," she says with a grin. "I know where Totoro is tonight." At the sound of his name, Satsuki feels her heart lift. Totoro, the great gentle spirit of the forest, always knows how to calm the knots in her chest. He has a way of making the world feel soft and safe, even when everything else feels too big to hold. They step beneath the branches, the forest greeting them with soft rustles and quiet chirps. Satsuki's footsteps crunch on fallen leaves, but Mei walks so lightly It's almost like the forest lifts her feet for her. Deeper and deeper they go, following a path only they can see. A trail made of memories and whispers. A pair of soot sprites bounce along ahead of them, little black puffballs that peek out from behind tree trunks, giggling in voices that sound like the crackle of dry leaves. The girls giggle too, and for a moment, Satsuki forgets all about her book and the thoughts that wouldn't sit still. Here, under the canopy of green and shadow, the world is slower, quieter. Like the forest knows how to hush your worries without you asking. After a while, the trees part just enough to reveal a clearing. And in the very heart of it stands the great camphor tree, older than memory, bigger than belief. Its trunk is wide and gnarled, wrapped in layers of stories whispered by the wind. Its branches spread so far they touch the stars, or so May likes to say. And there, curled at its base like a giant living stone, is Totoro. His fur is a patchwork of silvery grey and soft white, his belly round and warm like a gentle hill. He opens one sleepy eye and blinks at the sisters as they step into the moonlight that pools beneath the tree. May lets go of Satsuki's hand and runs to Totoro without a shred of hesitation. She buries her face in his fur, giggling as Totoro lets out a soft, rumbling purr, like thunder softened by distance. Satsuki watches them for a moment, her heart swelling with something warm and heavy all at once. She steps closer, her fingers brushing over the rough bark of the camphor tree as she passes. The tree hums beneath her touch. A heartbeat so deep and steady, it feels like a song without words. Totoro lifts a giant paw and pats the ground beside him. He doesn't speak. He doesn't have to. Satsuki understands. She kneels down, feeling the soft grass beneath her knees, the roots of the tree like old bones under the soil. She leans against Totoro's side, and he shifts to make room, wrapping her in warmth that smells of earth and rain and secrets. May curls up in Totoro's lap, her tiny hands fisting his fur like she's afraid he'll drift away without her. Totoro's eyes slip shut again, and he lets out a long, low hum that rumbles through Satsuki's bones, untangling the last of her restless thoughts. For a moment, no one speaks. The forest does all the talking. Leaves rustle in slow waves overhead. An owl hoots somewhere far away. The ground sighs as the roots shift and settle. Satsuki closes her eyes. She feels May's soft breath against her arm, Totoro's heartbeat like a drum against her back. She listens, really listens, and the forest answers in its quiet language. It tells her she's safe, that she can rest, that the world can wait until tomorrow. She lets her thoughts drift like fireflies, tiny glowing worries that flutter up and away into the canopy. She doesn't need them now, not here. Not under the camphor tree, with Totoro's warmth holding her steady. May shifts in her sleep, murmuring something about acorns and soot sprites. Totoro's ear twitches, and he lets out another soft rumble, a sound so gentle it could rock the stars themselves to sleep. Above them, the branches sway and sigh, their leaves brushing against the night sky like pages turning in a book. Each rustle is a promise that sleep is safe here, that dreams are kind here, that tomorrow will be waiting when they wake. Satsuki feels her eyelids grow heavier. She takes one last slow breath, in and out. She lets go of her worries. She lets go of the day. And with Totoro's heartbeat beneath her ear and May's warmth beside her, she drifts into the hush of the forest's song. Satsuki doesn't know how long she's been dosing against Totoro's side. She only knows that when she opens her eyes again, the sky has shifted. Darker now, deep indigo flecked with a scatter of sleepy stars. Moonlight filters down through the canopy in soft silver ribbons, painting the forest floor in pools of gentle light. May is curled like a kitten in Totoro's lap, her small hand tucked under her chin, her breath slow and steady. Totoro's eyes are half closed, but every now and then they open just enough to check on his two small friends, to make sure they're safe and warm beneath the camphor tree's watchful boughs. Satsuki lifts her head just a little. She listens, not just with her ears, but with something softer inside her chest. It's then she hears it, so faint she thinks she might be dreaming. The heartbeat of the forest. It's deep and steady. Not quite a sound, but not quite a feeling either. It's like standing close to someone you love and sensing the rise and fall of their breath. The heartbeat thrums through the roots beneath her, pulses through the bark at her back, hums in the soft fur she rests against. She closes her eyes again and lets it fill her. Each beat a promise that the world is so much bigger and kinder than the worries that sometimes knot themselves in her mind. Totoro shifts, just a little, and the ground seems to shift with him, as if the forest is alive in ways too gentle for eyes alone to see. He lets out a slow, rumbling sigh that makes May stir and bury her face deeper into his fur. Above them the branches sway, as if stirred by some secret breeze. The leaves whisper stories to one another. Old stories, new stories. Stories still waiting to be told. The kind of stories only the camphor tree remembers, because it has been here longer than any house or road or human dream. Satsuki feels May's small foot press against her knee. She smiles, reaches over, and tucks a stray lock of hair behind her sister's ear. Even in sleep, May seems to know she's loved. Her tiny hand flexes as if grasping for an acorn or a soot sprite. A pair of tiny eyes peek from behind Totoro's round belly. The small white Totoro, no bigger than a rabbit, watching with curiosity. It tilts its head, tiny paws pressed to its mouth like it's giggling at a joke only the forest knows. Beside it, the blue Totoro appears too, chubby and soft, blinking slowly as if it too might drift back to sleep any moment now. They shuffle closer, careful not to wake May. One carries an acorn bigger than its own head. The other drags a piece of moss like a tiny blanket. They settle near Satsuki's side, curling up into a little pile of fur and flickering ears. Satsuki watches them for a moment, her heart warm. She thinks of how strange it would be to tell her school friends that these gentle spirits exist. That here, in this forest, magic lives in plain sight if only you know how to look. Totoro shifts again, this time lifting his wide paw to rest gently on the mossy ground. His claws are huge, but the way he moves is careful, deliberate, like the forest itself. His other paw pats the soft earth beside Satsuki, inviting her to lie back and listen closer. She understands. She lowers herself until her head rests on the mossy roots, her hair fanning out like spilled ink. She can feel the camphor tree's heartbeat now, even clearer. a slow, steady rhythm deep beneath the earth. Every beat seems to echo inside her chest, matching her own heart until they're almost the same. She takes a breath in and lets it out, another in and out. The worries she carried into the forest feel so far away now, like echoes of echoes that can't quite reach her here. The only thing that matters is the heartbeat and the warmth at her side. Somewhere above them, an owl calls. A soft, low sound that drifts through the branches like a question with no answer needed. Fireflies begin to appear, tiny lanterns that blink in and out of the darkness. One settles on Mei's sleeve, another dances near Satsuki's cheek before drifting away like a falling star. The tiny Totoros shift in their sleep, their small bodies rising and falling in time with the forest's hum. Totoro hums too, a low, soothing vibration that makes the roots beneath them shiver in reply. It's not a song exactly, but it feels like one. An ancient lullaby sung in the language of wind and earth and rain. Satsuki remembers when she was younger, when she first heard the rustle of leaves outside her bedroom window, and thought, maybe, just maybe, the trees were whispering to her. Back then, she wasn't sure if it was real or just something she wanted to believe. But here, under the camphor tree, she knows it's real, more real than any page in her schoolbook, more true than any worry her mind could ever weave. Mei stirs again, mumbling in her sleep. Satsuki turns her head, just enough to see her sister's sleepy smile. Totoro lowers his big head, his nose nudging Mei's hair, making a soft puffing sound that makes Mei giggle even though she doesn't wake. The forest shifts around them. Branches sway, a soft breeze stirs the grass. Somewhere far off, a fox barks once before falling silent again. It all weaves together. The heartbeat, the breeze, the hum of Totoro's breath, into a blanket of sound so gentle it feels like a lullaby made just for them. Satsuki lets her eyes close again. She doesn't need to hold herself awake anymore. She knows Totoro will stay, that he and the camphor tree will stand guard while she drifts, wherever her dreams want to carry her. She thinks, just for a moment, of her father at home, probably reading by the lamp, waiting for them to come home. She knows he would smile if he knew they were here, safe in the forest's cradle, wrapped in Totoro's soft, rumbling hush. A leaf drifts down from the canopy above, landing in her hair like a tiny green boat. A soot sprite peeks from behind a root, its round eyes blinking once, twice, before darting away in a puff of laughter. Somewhere in the shadows, the Catbus prowls by, its lantern eyes glowing bright for just a moment before it disappears between the trees. Always on time, always watching over its sleepy passengers. Satsuki smiles to herself. She thinks of how tomorrow will come, full of chores and books and questions. But tonight, there is no tomorrow, only this heartbeat, this hush, this warm, soft place where the forest and Totoro promise she is exactly where she's meant to be. She lets herself drift, deeper and deeper, each breath a little slower, a little softer. She feels Mei's fingers brush her arm, even in sleep, always reaching for her sister, always reminding her that they are never alone. Totoro hums again, lower this time, like thunder rolling far beneath the earth. The camphor tree's heartbeat answers, in kind, slow and patient, as the stars above them. If she listens hard enough, she thinks she can hear the roots singing back. A promise that life is gentle here, and so is sleep. And so, Satsuki drifts, dreamer. She lets the heartbeat of the forest carry her deeper than dreams, deeper than words, deeper than any thought that might try to tug her back to waking. She lets go, wrapped in Totoro's warmth, cradled by the earth's oldest tree. The camphor tree stands tall and watchful, its branches swaying in the soft breeze. The heartbeat of the forest is steady now, like a lullaby for the earth itself. Satsuki lies with her head resting on a cushion of moss and roots, May curled up beside her, safe in Totoro's gentle embrace. Above them the sky has turned from deep indigo to the softest velvet black. Stars scatter themselves like tiny lanterns caught in the treetops. Fireflies blink in and out of the shadows, weaving sleepy patterns that drift like dreams through the branches. Totoro's deep rumbling purr rolls through the ground, wrapping Satsuki in warmth from the inside out. He shifts slightly, careful not to wake May, and lifts his big round face toward the sky as if listening to something only he can hear. Somewhere in the distance, the Catbus hums along a hidden trail, its glowing windows bobbing behind the trees. The tiny Totoros nestle closer to Totoro's side, their fur rising and falling with each soft breath. One yawns so wide its ears flop over, then curls into a ball no bigger than a pillow, drifting back to sleep without a care. A gentle breeze stirs the branches above, and a few leaves break free, spinning lazily down to land near Satsuki's shoulder. She shifts in her half-dream, feeling the whisper of the forest all around her, the soft rustle of leaves, the distant trickle of water from a hidden stream, the gentle chorus of crickets tuning their nighttime song. She feels May's small hand find hers even in sleep. Their fingers link together naturally, a reminder that some bonds are too deep to fade, even in dreams. Satsuki sighs, the last of her waking thoughts slipping away, like the fireflies drifting toward the moon. Totoro lowers his giant paw, gently covering the girls like a living blanket. His fur is warm, smelling faintly of earth after rain and fresh grass warmed by the sun. He lets out a slow, comforting rumble that vibrates through the ground, through the roots, through the hearts of the two sisters resting there. The camphor tree hums in reply, a low, ancient sound, like a promise made in a language older than words. It promises that here, in this forest clearing, sleep is safe, dreams are soft, and tomorrow will come only when it's ready. A single owl swoops silently overhead, its wings brushing the air without a sound. It lands high in the branches and blinks down at the little family below. Totoro, Satsuki, May, the tiny Totoros all tangled together in a circle of warmth and breath and trust. Satisfied, the owl tucks its head beneath a wing and settles in for its own quiet watch. In Satsuki's mind, the forest heartbeat slows and softens. It becomes a distant drum that pulls her deeper, deeper still, into dreams she won't remember but will carry with her when she wakes. Dreams of floating on the wind with Totoro. Dreams of giant umbrellas sheltering them from soft summer rain. Dreams where worries are nothing but soot sprites, light enough to blow away with a single laugh. May sighs in her sleep, a tiny smile playing at her lips. She is dreaming of acorns and secret tunnels, of Catbus rides through the starry sky, of soot sprites dancing just out of reach. Totoro hums again, and the tiny Totoros mimic him in soft squeaks. A lullaby sung only for those who believe. The forest leans in closer, branches bending low, leaves whispering goodnight to the sisters as they drift further into the hush between dreams and dawn. Somewhere far away, the first hints of morning wait beyond the hills. But here beneath the camphor tree, time moves slowly, kindly. There is no hurry to wake, no rush to return. Only this moment, this breath, this heartbeat of the earth cradling two small dreamers and the gentle spirit who watches over them. So rest easy now, dreamer. You are here too, wrapped in Totoro's warmth, sheltered by the ancient tree, surrounded by the soft music of the forest. Whatever worries you carried tonight, let them drift like leaves on the breeze. Let the heartbeat of the forest soothe you. Let Totoro's hush cradle you deeper and deeper until sleep carries you far away, safe and sound. I'm Aurora, and I'll be here with you each week, waiting beneath the camphor tree, ready to guide you home again when you need rest. And before you drift too far, don't forget, gently tap the like button under Totoro's umbrella. It keeps the Catbus running on time, ready to carry you to the dreamiest corners of the night. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. New sleep stories await you every week. Good night, dreamer. Sleep well under Totoro's watchful eye.